Hey guys, it's Maggie. So today I'm bored. So I decided maybe I'd do a story time while I clean up my room because it is disgusting. So I'm going to talk about my paranormal experiences. Not everyone believes in them, but obviously I do. So I'm going to start by folding my friend's hoodie that I kept and moved away with, so it's mine. So when I moved to BC, me and she wasn't my best friend at the time, but we were getting to know each other. And the first paranormal experience was when we were in my chicken coop and we were just making scary faces, weird faces, blah, 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 whatever. We're weird. And then the next morning, we decided to look at those pictures and maybe post them on Instagram or something because we're silly girls. So, we look at all of the pictures and all of the videos, and then in one of the pictures, we noticed that there was a skeleton-like figure in the window behind us. We looked at all of the other pictures, it wasn't there. It just disappeared, blah. Magical. So, obviously, we were terrified, and, after this, things just started getting weirder and weirder. I think the second time was probably when we were sleeping in what I called our haunted guest room, and my mom, of course, doesn't believe me with this stuff, because it sounds insane. So, we slept in there one night because my room was so gross that we didn't want to sleep in there. So, I was sleeping. Well, not sleeping, I was just sitting there awake, and all of a sudden, in the freaking corner, like imagine there's a corner and a big room, I hear whispering, and I don't know, I can't remember if it was saying something specific, but we could hear clear whispering. And so I didn't want to wake up Caitlin, I didn't want to freak her out, so I just sat there the whole night listening to these people whispering in my corner. And the next morning, I decided to tell her about it. And she said, yeah, I heard them too. But instead, I heard them at the foot of our bed. And then she said that in the middle of the night, she felt something grab her foot. And she guessed that it was maybe Jojo touching her foot. But Jojo, she's my Boston Terrier. She sleeps right next to me. And she was nowhere near her foot. And something grabbed her foot. And she said it felt like it had long nails and creepy and that freaked us out. Where's my freaking drawer with pants? Oh, I found it. Okay, wait, no, is this pants? Yeah, it is. Okay. So that was a great close-up of my face. Okay. And so another time okay, so there's one that was reoccurring. Like, it happened all the time. Like, we would be in my room, or even the guest room, or in her house, like in her cabin. She has a cabin outside of her house that we would sleep in. We would hear a car drive up, and one night we heard it drive up and it knocked on the door. So we woke up my dad to open the door because we don't want to be killed at the door, right? No one was there. No car, no sign of anyone there. No one. My parents didn't hear anyone knocking. So we were both like, what the heck? But it happened a lot when we had sleepovers. We would hear it come up my driveway, and then we'd wake up my dad, and nothing was there. And it was like, what? It was just so weird, and I just, and another time, okay, it's really weird, because my experiences never started happening until I met my best friend, so, yeah. So, lately, since I've moved here, I have had paranormal experiences, but not in this house, which is really weird. When we were looking for houses, we entered this one house, and it was rotting, it was breaking down, and it looked horrible. And when I went in there, my mom said it smelled really musty, but to me, it smelled like my best friend. It was so weird. As soon as I entered the house, I'm like, it smells like Caitlin's house. And that sounds so crazy, but it did. It smelled like her. And as soon as I started walking through the house, I felt like someone was watching me or staring at me, and I could feel as if someone was sitting next to me or walking with me. And then there's this upstairs, which was, if we got the house, that was where I was going to sleep. Anchor? Whatever. And so, I was walking up there, and as soon as I got to the stairs, something inside me was like pulling me back and was like, do not go up there. Like, I just was terrified for no reason at all, and it was just so weird. I had no idea why. And lately, I'm not gonna tell whose house it is because I don't want to freak her out, but I'm pretty sure it's haunted. I was staying at one of my recent friends' houses, and the whole night I was there, we were sleeping in this like downstairs living room thing, and the whole night I was there, I heard whispers behind me as if someone was playing at the pool table at 4 a.m, but there was no one there. Like, no one was there, and so the whole night I could hear it, and I didn't tell her anything because I did not want to freak her out. Oh gosh, how many more do I have? Because I have a lot of cleaning to do. Let's see. There was the time, a lot of people will tell me this was just a dream, but I think it was more of a vision. I had this dream where I was in Paris, and I was taking pictures of a bunch of things, and then I saw this couple. There was one girl she kind of had hair like Mera. Hi, Anchor. Anchor, come here. And she kind of looked like Merida. She was pale. She was pretty. And then there was a man. He was like middle-aged-ish, sitting next to her. He had dark skin, and he had really short hair. And I just looked at them, and I was like, "Hey, can I take your picture? You two look really cute sitting here." And they didn't say anything. They just nodded. And I was like, "Okay, that's normal." So I take my camera, and I'm about to take the picture. And I know this sounds so crazy, but I was looking into the camera monitor thingy, and her face changed. Like, her jaw, you know those like scary videos on YouTube where their jaws drop and they have pointy teeth? Well, that's what she looked like. She had these needle-like teeth, and her jaw dropped down to like here, and her eyes turned the same as his were about to. Her eyes were completely white, no pupil, no color, except for these brown little veins everywhere in her eye. And the veins were coming down around her face too. And I wasn't scared at the moment. I'm like, what is that? So I take the camera down. She still looks like that. So I take the camera back up, and I look, and I see the man. He changes. His eyes are like hers. He has those veins, and then he smiles. His smile goes to like here, and his teeth are like hers. They were literally like needles. And it was as if they were both looking at me and telling me they're coming for me. And then I'm not kidding, I woke up scratching at my eyes, and I couldn't stop. And I thought I was screaming so loud, but then as soon as I stopped, my parents are asleep, nothing happened, they didn't notice. And the thing is, I wasn't asleep. Like, I know this sounds crazy, but I was not asleep. I was just laying in my bed, and all of a sudden I saw this happening, and it just, I am so sure that they were demons. And I'm not kidding. Like, it sounds so insane and messed up, but that was horrifying. And I didn't know what to do because they're demons. And it was a week before I was about to tell my testimony at my youth. And I was just freaking out, and I didn't know what to do. But then I realized, I'm like, you know what? They're just trying to scare me out of doing this because I'm trying to share the word of the Lord. So I told my testimony, and I didn't die. And since then, I have been seeing them, not necessarily them, but other people that look like them, just randomly before I'm about to go to sleep, they're in my head. And it's so weird and so creepy. There was another time when I was in the guest room again. I was sleeping in there. and I was just laying in bed, and all of a sudden, from the door, I heard my dad scream. Like, he's, like, outside my door. And then I got up. I didn't get out of bed because I was freaked out. And I'm like, Dad? No one came. No one said anything. I don't know. I'm doing my hair. Ignore it. No one said anything. No one came to the door. And I was like, is he okay? So I went upstairs into their room. He was fast asleep. Nothing happened. No one was there. And I was like, but that's all I can think of for today. So, thank you for watching. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Check out my social media stuff down below because it's pretty sick. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye, guys.